I'm making a change today. The liquor been taking the pain away. I heard you was giving your chain away. That's kind of like giving your fame away. What's wrong with you? I sit in a box where the owners.
Yo, what is up, broskies? You know what it is. Keanu on the deck profile once again. Coming at you with probably my last installment of Beetroopers for a little while. You know, I fall in love with this deck. This has been one of my favorite decks to play, probably the last like 2 years, but I don't know which one's coming out first. Probably the Mech Knight, since I'm playing that this upcoming weekend. Also have a spicy Odd Eyes Magician deck profile coming up, so drop a comment if you want to see that sooner than later. If not, it's gonna be definitely later probably, but but like I said, it's probably gonna be like my last installment of Beetroopers for a little while until I get some new support or figure out new things. I've gotten a lot of feedback about this deck and I've made some changes. Probably going to be my last changes. But before I get into it, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I guess we'll get into it. So, first up, Trouble Sting Lancer. This is crazy. It's pretty crazy. Disruptor. During the main phase, quick effect, you can target one insect monster in your graveyard and one monster in your opponent's graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, place the target monster on the bottom of the decks. Also, if this card is normal special summon, you can add like a Beetrooper spell trap. You can't use both of those in the same turn. So, you know, if you're setting up turn one, usually you're usually I tribute Doom Dozer with Atlas, special summon Sting Lancer, go get the counter trap. That's pretty standard. Sorry, water break. And then usually, with so much punk theory on decks like that running around, this is a crazy like graveyard disruptor. They go to activate something, quick effect, chain it, you know, get rid of their target. Sting Lancer is crazy. One Mighty Neptune recycles everything. He's a big son of a bitch. Also, if he's destroyed during the main phase, he just special summons himself. So pretty sweet. Beetrooper, tour guide of the underworld, pretty much. A well, worse tour guide because he only special summons out himself, but it's pretty crazy. It's only once per turn, and you can get it from your hand deck or graveyard. So pretty nuts. Funny story. First time I played this, I didn't see like the once per turn on this Beetrooper. I scout buggied the scout buggy out of my hand, and then I scout buggied the scout buggy like no, so I did like scout buggy into scout buggy, and then I went into like armor horn, but I had another scout buggy in my hand, so I summoned the scout buggy, and I thought I was able to get the other scout buggy out of my graveyard and just keep going like that. Obviously you cannot do that, but it was hilarious. But whatever. Skull Bomber. This is like my what would you call this? I'm a lot lost for words. Chain blocker, extender, all of that. It's terrific, and it's got a big ol' ass on it. 2K. That never comes up, but whatever. Assault Roller. I had not been playing this card. I cut out that the other level 5 I was running. I forget the name now because it's pretty much essentially the same. So you can special summon this card from your hand by banishing one insect monster from your graveyard. You can only special summon this card once per turn this way. Gains 200 attack for each insect monster you control. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can add one Beetrooper monster from your deck to your hand. That's never going to happen. You would have to be foolish just to like smack into it after reading that card's effect. But he is a great extender. This deck's like nothing but gas, honestly. This deck really does like not stop. Extender. I'm just going to go and say it. During your main phase, special summon this card. But I think you do get locked into insects. Let me make sure. One of these definitely locks. You can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of this turn, except insects, yes. But like I said, gas. More gas. That little 200 burn damage like really gets you closer to like OTK threshold, so don't sleep on that. It sounds hilarious because it's a Sparks, but it's an extender. Burns them for 200, and it adds up. It adds up, I'm telling you. Alberlest, the rapid fire. When this card is normal summon, you can target one level 3 or lower insect monster or special summon it. So usually I love like having this for Armor Horn's like second normal summon of the turn. This card's the monster negate. Also, if this card's normal or special summon, you can add one battle boss monster from your deck to your hand. Usually I'm just adding something else with some gas, like pin the bullseye, just to keep going. Best insect in the deck. One of the best insects ever printed. If this archetype gets some broken support, this card could eventually get hit. It's just ridiculous. It reads like a created card. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one level 5 or higher insect monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is banished, you can send one insect monster from your deck to the graveyard. There's no once per turn on this card. Silly. Gogi Pole breaks boards. Gurchin Kuwagata breaks boards. Just helps you keep going. Dragon Bite, only 2 because I've been breaking off 3 too much. When this card's normal summon, you can special summon one level 4 lower insect monster from your hand. So immediately you're going into your Link 2, your Armor Horn, your Picfolina. This is really great off your second normal summon from Armor Horn as well. Next up, Doomdozer Extender. You already know. You usually add it off Resonance. Godarla, you're adding this off of your Resonance. The second ad you get, sometimes if you're really like spicy, you get like 3 ads off Resonance. But usually I'm getting both of these. And then some decks it's just ends the turn. That's all I can say. Play against Invoked Shadal, that just ends it. I let them do what they need to do. Invocation, you say. E-Tele, you say. Retaliating C, I say. You know, it's just crazy. Triple Ash. Fuck around, get your Ash ate. Ash is crazy. Double Imperm. I don't know what it is with me and like running only 2 Imperms. I love it though. 2 Imperms is all you need. Just kidding. I think I'm at 42 cards. I wish I could run 3, but I don't have space. Maybe if I cut one of these down. But Beetrooper Descent is like just more gas that I wasn't running before. It just says special summon 1 Beetrooper token. That's it. Just kidding. Then if you control an insect monster with 3k or more attack, you can control one other spell trap on the field. You can only activate one of these per turn. So I probably could cut it down because all these spell traps are highly searchable. But sometimes it's good to open, especially like if they hand trap you, just like Beetrooper Descent, keep going. It is a pretty zesty card, honestly. Formation, it's another zesty card. Extender. I don't know, it's just pretty crazy. I've already went over it before. 1 call by. Make sure everything goes through. Everything's gonna go through anyway. You can play through like so many hand traps with this deck. Beetrooper Flying Saints counter trap. That's it for that. On this profile, we'll go through like my side deck options because I've had the same side deck for a couple weeks now. But I will tell you what I'm taking out. 1 Link Spider. I'm running through this because I've kind of been through it before. Shinobi Insect. Nightmare Phoenix gets rid of Floodgates. Nightmare Cerberus gets rid of your Nibiru token. That shit's hilarious. It comes up. Picfolina. I would run 3, but I never need 3. Armor Horn. I would run 2 because I never go through 3. But 3 is pretty standard at this point. I don't know. 3 is crazy. Seraphim Papillon. This helps get your little Battle Wasp card, the Monster Negate, out of grave. It's just insane. Sometimes this really helps like bricky ass hands too. Like if you can just get into this, you can keep going by special summon 1 from your grave. It is kind of crazy. Invincible Asshole. He's a towers. You really can't do anything with him as long as he's at 3k. I mean, of course they can kaiju and like do silly shit like that, whatever. Avermax, because he's still kind of hard to out. And then as long as you haven't locked yourself out of like insects, like you can get into him. Just don't lock yourself out into insects. I mean, Cicada King is also pretty crazy. Super easy to get to. Sometimes you can end on a lot of times you can end on Cicada King. Cicada King Asshole. Cicada King Atlas. Seraphim and the counter trap. So that's a pretty crazy board. And then they dark ruler you no more for your life, but whatever. This has been like my side deck, but I'll kind of like tell you what I'm definitely changing. Red reboot, 2 anti-spell fragrance, 1 change of heart, triple designator, triple dark ruler, Lancia, Nibiru. So what I'm gonna be changing for the foreseeable future, I'm cutting all these 3 for like evenly match and probably keeping everything else the same, because I don't care about playing through Ash Blossom. My designator is really only to save me from Nibiru, because Nibiru kind of hurts, because they will literally let you set up a whole board then smack you for Nibiru, and it kind of sucks. And if you just like went like all gas, you're just sitting there with the like a mega asshole token. You can't really do anything outside of that, so I'm keeping designator in for my Nibiru target. Also, this is like just really good to draw sometimes. Dark ruler and more obviously, because I don't want to run like crazy amounts of hand traps. If I'm going second, I'll just let them do what they need to do, and then smack this on the board and then, like crack their board. Because all my monsters are huge. Change of heart, because it's change of heart. These 3 probably good in another time, but not right now. They haven't been really helping me out right now. Lancia is fine. Lancia is good against Sword Soul. Unless you shotgun it, then they just play. They can literally turn off the Tenyu part and just play the Sword Soul part, and then you're sitting there looking kind of like an asshole. But this is still pretty good. I would cut these 3 out for evenly. Well, that's definitely what I'm going to do. But that's pretty much it for this one. Remember, please like the video. If you like the video, comment down below how much you love Beetrooper, and you know, subscribe to the channel. Did I miss anything? Yeah, like the video if you like the video. We'll see you next time.